They made Borderlands 2 free on Steam. That's awesome, man. That's great. We love to see free games. Especially games as awesome as Borderlands 2 was. So why is it overwhelmingly negative now because of it? Is it because Take-Two has decided that they are, gonna start spying on people? No, not the multi-billion-dollar corporation. They wouldn't do such a thing.
What's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video, and man, it feels like our boy Randy Pitchford, Gearbox, they cannot catch a break when it comes to...
Well, they can't catch a break, but it's their own fault. They keep bringing it upon themselves. Randy Pitchford is an idiot, and a gooner, and a liar, and a gooner.
The bad PR, the bad player reception. They're giving away damn Borderlands 2 for free, and it has just opened the floodgates for people to absolutely eviscerate the game from a recent review standpoint. Now, I talked about Borderlands 2 being free yesterday, but you know how I gotta get content on this channel, you guys, so I didn't talk about the EULA update, and this has been going on for a little bit in that video, but I also didn't expect the fact that Borderlands 2 being free would honestly open the floodgates even more, but like, that should have been the general conclusion I should have been able to come up with, because yes, because people are now adding Borderlands 2 to their library in...
Yeah, I downloaded a cracked copy of Borderlands 1 and Borderlands 2. Unfortunately, it's the Borderlands 2 that came out before the Borderlands 3 DLC came out, so it's before all the changes. I say unfortunately, actually, I like that. I hate all the changes they made to Borderlands 2 when Borderlands 3 was coming out, when they added that free DLC. I played Borderlands 2 for years and years, and then they made that weird change, and it changed the endgame, and I fucking hated it.
Droves. I believe this opens the opportunity for them to leave negative reviews, and literally people are saying things like, thanks Randy, with a negative review attached to it. Now, if you don't know what's going on as far as the EULA update, let's go over to the most helpful Steam review that was posted. You know, there are gonna be people that are gonna break down the EULA a lot better than me, so want to give this person a mention. Their username is just 3 zeros, so yeah, it's the top helpful review on Borderlands 2. Take-Two and 2K Games have updated all of their games' terms of service and turning this game, as well as all of their other games, into literal spyware. Yes, it's not just Borderlands 2, not just Borderlands 3.
Dude, people were calling me a liar about this situation, saying that I was lying about Take-Two and 2K starting to spy on people. And I'm just like, dude, just do like 5 seconds of research. You can find out that this is actually happening. And by the way, you know who else Take-Two owns? Rockstar. This shit's gonna be in GTA 6 also. So people, they're mad now, or people are gonna be this mad whenever GTA 6 comes out? Probably not about this, but I don't think anybody's gonna care. They're still gonna be eating up that GTA. Even people who are, you know, pretending to be against stuff like this. Like some ordinary gamers, Mutahar.
It's across the gamut of these titles. Important info in terms of service. Mods are a bannable offense. Display of cheats and exploits is bannable. Forced arbitration clause and a waiver of class action and jury trial rights for all users residing in the United States and any other territory other than Australia, Switzerland, the United Kingdom, or the territories of the European Economic Area. You can be banned for using...
Okay, waiver of class action. I don't know why all these companies put that in there. I guess it's to scare people away from suing them, but that doesn't do anything.
A VPN while connecting to online servers cannot access game content on a virtual PC. Now, before I go...
Excuse me, what? Cannot access game content on a virtual PC. So I can't play Borderlands 2 in a virtual machine? Is that what you're saying? Go fuck yourself. I'll do what I want. I'll play the game how I want. That's fucking insane.
Even further on. The reality is, some people are going to say, oh, they're not actually going to ban you for any of this. It's just baked into the terms of service. You guys, whenever you're giving that level of power to a publisher, that should all...
Oh, they ain't gonna do it. They're not gonna do it. Dude, they always fucking do it. Every fucking time. And you know, sometimes it's warranted. Sometimes it's not.
already be an immediate red flag. Why would you want to give up that level of power? Mind you, this is a game that came out 13 years ago. It is not a live service game. It is not a game that is getting consistent updates. Why is it having these updates in the first place anyway? I know that some people
Because they're probably going to update it again whenever Borderlands 4 is coming out.
want to damage control for things of this nature, but you should always err on the side of caution when it comes to things like this, especially being implemented on legacy titles. There has to be a reason attached to it.
Yeah, data collection. They want to sell your data.
On top of that, the collected data types,
Yeah, there we go. That's a lot of data they're collecting.
identifiers and contact information, name, username, gamer tag, postal and email address, phone number, unique IDs, mobile device ID, platform ID, gaming service ID, advertising ID, and IP address, protected characteristics, age and gender, commercial information, purchase and usage history and preferences, including gameplay information, billing information, payment information, credit card and debit card information, and shipping address.
Boy, I hope they don't get hacked. Because there goes everybody's information.
Internet electronic activity, web app browsing, and gameplay information related to the services, information about your online interactions with the services of our advertising, and details about the game and platform you use, and other information related to installing applications, device and usage data, device type, software and hardware details, language settings, browser type, and version operating system, the information about how users use and interact with the service, profile inferences made from your information and web activity to help create a personalized profile, audio visual information, account photos, images and avatars, audio information via chat features and functionality, sensitive information, precise location information, account credentials, username and password, and contents of communication via chat features and functionality. So, yes, that is a...
I can see Take-Two getting hacked very badly, because they get hacked a lot, actually. Mostly GTA leaks. But I'm predicting it now that all this information is going to be stolen by somebody, or they're gonna get caught selling a bunch of it.
A lot of information that now 2K is asking for you. And it's not just Borderlands 2, but Borderlands 2 is the game that is being the most publicized right now because it is available absolutely free.
And honestly, it's the best Borderlands. So that's the Borderlands that everybody thinks about.
Of the recent reviews, thanks Randy, with a negative review with a user that has 128 hours. So this user obviously had the game prior to it going free. I know it probably isn't Randy's fault, but I'm blaming him anyway. Well done, Randy, you greasy blank.
Bro, maybe I should leave a review, because I've got thousands of hours, literally. I've been playing this game since it came out, probably once a year. Did everything with every character multiple times. I've probably beat Borderlands with every character 10 times. Or more. My badass rank is stupid.
Go back to being a failed magician, you hack. EULA changes to a game which hasn't been updated for years just to be able to get data whenever they want is scummy. Change EULA, gotta love when a piece of redacted publisher decides to ruin a perfectly good game with TOS and EULA updates. Honestly, in my opinion, sufficiently bad third party. Change the ULA to harvest your data. I can go on and on. You guys, this wave of negative publicity around Borderlands in general and leading into the release of Borderlands 4, what a disaster. And let me say again, for the all PR is good PR people, and for the people that want to argue this is just a vocal minority online, you guys, when it comes...
It's always a vocal minority online. That's what they always say. And then every time these companies end up having massive layoffs, they start shutting down studios, start canceling games.
Compounds and compounds and compounds, and you're adding on and you're adding on. At some point, I get that it's fun to dunk on, oh, these are just the internet nerds that are gonna buy the game anyway. Is the game gonna do well? Probably. It's like Assassin's Creed Shadows. We can manipulate data all day long. I know a lot of people love doing that because these Steam numbers are so public now and we just want to manipulate this data. The reality is Borderlands 4 is...
I've already got friends being like, oh, are we all getting Borderlands 4? And I couldn't even get into it, man, because I know that they're gonna push back against me because they're kind of dumb and they don't pay attention to any of this stuff. They don't really care. But they also barely play video games. They pretend they play video games a lot. They just play like 1 or 2 all the time. It's like Destiny and COD. I think COD fell off though. I think everybody's playing something else. I don't play games with anybody. Which is ironic because I'm the biggest gamer out of all of us.
probably going to sell fairly damn well. Is it going to do well enough where it is justifying its doubling in cost, as said by Randy, over Borderlands 3?
Yeah, I'm not. This sounds like a disaster. It sounds like it's gonna be bloated, there's gonna be too much to it, and it's gonna be boring. I think it already seems like it's gonna be more boring than Borderlands 3, and Borderlands 3 was pretty boring.
When you're turning off a significant portion of your users, which you don't have to do. You don't have to go down this route of turning off what I perceive to be a significant portion of your users, and
they're trying to capture a new audience.
the reality is, we don't know how significant it is, and I expect this game at launch to have, however many hundreds of thousands concurrent players. Borderlands 4, that is. But ultimately, does that justify...
I can already tell that it's gonna be using, like, pronouns and, like, weird woke online terminology, because that's what Borderlands 3 was. It was, like, online terminology. It was Twitter humor. And Borderlands 4 is just gonna be more of that because all of that stuff has gotten way worse.
Where the game is as far as its price point. A lot of people with Assassin's Creed Shadows wanted to sing the praises of the Steam numbers. I was like, man, yo, we're singing the praises of 68,000. Yeah, it's the most played Assassin's Creed game in Steam history, but contextually, you guys, you're leaving out a lot of context that PC gaming has been growing and growing, and these console-centric experiences have been getting bigger and bigger, and suddenly you're just leaving out that Shadows has underperformed games like Metaphor ReFantazio, has underperformed a game like Warhammer 40k.
Don't forget the fact, it's the best performing Assassin's Creed that ever launched on Steam. It was the only Assassin's Creed that ever launched on Steam.
Space Marine 2, which, was a notable release, but would anybody have said that Space Marine 2 was a game that was gonna 4x AC Shadows concurrent player count? It's just, we like to leave out context to kind of prioritize whatever message we want to get across. And I get it, it's the internet age and people have...
Well, they can't let it out that, like, hey, our game's flopping, oh shit, what do we do? They have to double down, and then all of the game reviewers and gaming journalists are in the pockets of all of these AAA gaming companies. They all, like, pay each other off of the same kind of clicks, And access journalism is a thing where you get flown out to have parties and vacations so you can try out our game. Happens all the time.
Have their own beliefs and they have the games that they want to be successful and whatnot, and that's gonna happen with Borderlands 4. People are gonna take those concurrent player counts when the game comes out and be like, man, this game's a slam dunk, home run, gigantic success. And how's Assassin's Creed Shadows now looking? How's a lot of these other games looking as far as games? And I bring up games like AC Shadows, a game that, there was a lot of debate. Is Ubisoft hurting the goodwill, or is it just this vocal minority online? And this is a very important element that we have to assess.
Well, actually, I think, for example, among my friends, they acknowledged that Borderlands 3 was trash. They still liked it, but compared to Borderlands 2, and even the pre-sequel, they think, what the fuck was that? And Borderlands 4 needs to be on the level of the pre-sequel, at least, for us to be on board with it for years to come. Because you can't just get us in for, like, one playthrough. We gotta at least do that 2 playthrough as a group thing.
When we talk about games, and there is a vocal minority, at times there can be a vocal minority in regards to games. I think that, people looking at certain games like Intergalactic and saying it's just a vocal minority of, whatever you want to call that portion of people, I think they have lost the plot. I think that's...
Yeah, I think this is the last chance they got among me and my friends. Because I've paid for every Borderlands property up until new Tales from the Borderlands and Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. I didn't pay for either of those. This would be the last one. And I'm probably not even gonna buy it. I think some of my friends are. Unless it pops up on Game Pass. If it pops up on Game Pass and all my friends get it on Game Pass, I'm definitely not gonna buy it. I don't want to be the only one who was dumb enough to pay $80 for Borderlands 4 while everybody else got it for free. And I'm not paying for Game Pass.
significant amount of people that Naughty Dog has turned off to that game. I think with Gearbox right now, with Borderlands, luckily for them, it's an established IP. It's not like Naughty Dog trying to establish Intergalactic as a new IP, and I think that game is, at this point, cooked. We still need to see gameplay, and that's an instance of, I think,
we're gonna have to see how political Intergalactic is. Is there gonna be pronouns? Is there gonna be trans people? You know, all that kind of stuff. And trans people, it don't really matter. As long as they don't make a big deal out of it. Like, make it a big show and talk about it and rant about it. And nobody wants to be preached at about IRL politics while they're watching a movie that's supposed to be pulling them out of reality, or playing a game that's pulling them out of reality. They don't want to be pulled back into reality like a slap in the face. Bitch! Remember trans people exist?
Discourse around that game is more than just a vocal minority. I think the discourse with Borderlands has become more than just a small vocal minority. And on top of that, when you're talking about a game that is doubling the budget from Borderlands 3 and coming off the heels of the release of Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, that wasn't a commercial home run. And
well, think about all their other games too. You know they got other games, right? They have Risk of Rain 2, which they completely destroyed because I think they bought it off the guy who made it and then tried to make a DLC and completely ruined it. The new Homefront game, complete disaster. We Happy Few, complete disaster.
Borderlands 3, while that game did well, you know, that game wasn't critically and, you know, from a fan reception standpoint, it's not like that was received as a blowaway game. I think most people, at least a lot of people, think that Borderlands peaked with Borderlands 2, so it is going to be really interesting to see.
It's true. Borderlands 2 was peak. Borderlands 1, Borderlands 2, maybe the pre-sequel. Maybe the pre-sequel. There's still some, like, weird woke stuff in there, like, right at the beginning of all the woke nonsense. So I can kind of look past it. But yeah, I'm probably never going to play Borderlands 3 again. Or anything after it. Especially if Borderlands 4 is trash. Or mid. I should say mid. Because it's probably going to be like a 6 out of 10.
See where Borderlands is at an IP when it comes out in September. Is it going to be an $80 game? Is it going to...
Definitely not. I really don't want to pay $80 for this game. If all my friends are going to get it, then I probably will. Unless it's too bad. And then I'm just going to be like, have fun, guys.
Have fake early access for $110. Is it going to employ the Ubisoft model of releasing a game with a lot of season passes and whatnot, and giving Borderlands 3 at a $50 season pass and parlay that with another $30 season pass?
And is it going to be broken as fuck? Oh, they're definitely doing the season pass thing. 100% they're doing that. They might even throw in a battle pass.
I would have to think at the very least Borderlands 4 is going to do that as well, and whether it be $70, $80, I think it's a hard sell at any price point, and certainly with things like this around the game. Now,
I think we're going to see a $50 season pass. I think it's going to be $80 plus $50. I think it's going to be $130 for the full game. That's fucking insane. Even if it's just like $70 with $30 season pass, I still think that's insane, because that's $100 for the full game, and you're not even getting the full game.
It's 3 months away from the release of the game. Things can change for sure, but this isn't good, you guys. Anybody that just wants to downplay instances like this, I think they are completely losing it, and I get it. It's fun to be like, oh, it's just the nerds online. Guys, everybody's online. You download your games on an online platform called Steam. Everybody is online, but there's sectors of online and online discourse that is going to be more of a vocal minority. It is so important in today's day and age to assess what is a vocal minority and what isn't, and I think a lot of people fail to do that a lot of the times. But that'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.
Yep, Borderlands 4 is totally cooked. It's their last chance. Last one they got for people to check out. Are people really gonna play Borderlands 5 if Borderlands 4 is trash? 5? That's just too many. They need to end the series already. Start something else. They don't have any good ideas though, so Borderlands was all they got. They can't come up with anything new. They just follow trends. That's how they come up with new stuff. And all the trends lately are fucking garbage. So I don't know, man. If they do the same thing with this one that they did with Borderlands 3, and they get into that internet culture, this is gonna be a disaster. It's already going to be a disaster, but who knows how big the disaster is going to be. Because I know it's going to be broken on launch. It's going to have bugs. Servers aren't going to work. There's going to be, like, weird stuff about changes being made to gameplay that people are going to be bitching about. It's just, people are going to be experiencing just full-on crashes. Maybe not. Maybe all that stuff not happen. Maybe Borderlands 4 will be the best one out of all of them so far. And that's what I'm hoping is going to happen, but I ain't saying it. Buy a t-shirt down there in the description. I'm out.